And coming to the next part, that is the abrasion test. Usually, to find out this abrasion test, we will use the Los Angeles abrasion test machine. So here, the abrasion, it's like a measure of the resistance to wear or hardness part. So which is an essential property of road aggregates, especially when used in the wearing courses. So due to the certain movements of the traffic, the road stones which are used in the surfacing courses are subjected to a wearing action at the top. So when the traffic moves on the road, the sand particles between the wheel as well as the road surfaces which causes certain abrasion of the road aggregates. So the main principle of this Los Angeles abrasion test, which is to find the percentage of wear due to the relative rubbing action of the steel balls which are used as the abrasive charge, and as well as the aggregates. So the abrasive charge, which is consisting of cast iron spears approximately around 40 diameter and around 390 to 445 grams in its weight. So pounding action of the balls also which exist while conducting the test. So this is a certain theory about this abrasion test. So these are the apparatus what we are going to use in the Los Angeles abrasion test. So here first apparatus is Los Angeles abrasion machine. So you can see the abrasion machine, so which is made up of the cast iron, okay. So which is having this is a cross sectional part of this Los Angeles abrasion test. So which will be having a 35 centimeter in its diameter. This is a rotating drum what we can call. So this is isometric view what you can see here. So here this consisting of a base as well as the rotating drum, and which is having certain holes in this rotating drum, certain holes in the sense that opening what we can call. So through that opening we can place the aggregates as well as the required number of iron balls, okay. And then the next apparatus, that is spherical abrasive charge. So as we have discussed, this spherical abrasive charge will be having diameter around 40 and 390 to 445 grams in its weight. So we require different types of standard ISCs. So that is depends upon the grading table, the aggregate grading table, okay. Usually we call it as the grading of test samples. And then we require weighing balance to measure the total quantity of the aggregate, I mean the total weight of the aggregate. So coming to the part, that is procedure of this Los Angeles abrasion test. So here the test samples whatever we are going to consider for this test, it should consist of the clean aggregates, and then which have been oven dried, okay. So oven dried in with 105 to 110 degrees Celsius with the constant weight what we can call, that is W1. So this W1 value, which is nothing but what, which provides the total quantity of the aggregate. So this aggregate which will conform to one of the grading shown in the certain table, okay. So by using this table we will come to know that what is the total quantity of the aggregate. So here you can see A B C D E F G, right. So this A B C D E F G are the different grades of the aggregate, okay. So there are around A B C D E F G, total 7 grades of aggregates are there in this grading of test samples. So each will be having different classifications, I mean they are differentiated with respect to the different properties. First one is the sieve sizes, depends upon the sieve sizes it has been classified. And then the number of spears which we will consider in the iron rotating drum, and this weight of the abrasive charge, and then the number of revolutions. Okay, so here you can take the different examples here. For example, if you take the A grade aggregate for the test sample, now this A grade aggregate will be having certain properties, that is, 1 minute. Okay, so this is A grade aggregate now. Okay, so this is A grade aggregate now. So this A grade aggregate will be having the certain properties, that is, A grade aggregate will be having the aggregates which are passing from 40 mm and retained on 25 mm, that is of quantity 1250 grams. So I will show you 1 minute. See, the aggregates which are passing from 40 mm and which are retained on 25 mm, that is of quantity 1250 grams. And similarly, the aggregates which are passing from 25 mm and which are retained on 20 mm, that is of quantity 1250. Similarly, 20 mm passing, 12.5 mm retained, 1250 grams. So 12.5 mm passing, 10 mm retained, 1250 grams. So like this, total 2.5 kg, total 5 kg of aggregate samples are going to be considered in A grade of aggregate. And similarly, B grade also they have given. Okay, let me complete with the A grade. So in this A grade, the aggregates which are differentiated with respect to the different IS usages, Indian standard usages. And then for this A grade aggregate, the number of spheres will be 12 in its number, and the weight of abrasive charges approximately they have given, that is 5000 grams plus or minus the 25 grams. So whatever we have seen those iron spear balls, so if we have used 12 number of iron spear balls, the approximate weight of the abrasive charge will be 5000 grams plus or minus 25 they had given, and then the total number of revolutions, it will be around 500. Okay, and similarly you can see for other grades also. For B grade also they have given, that is 20 mm passing, 12.5 mm retained, that is of quantity 2.5 kg, and then 12.5 mm passing, 10 mm retained, that is of 2.5 kg aggregate. Total 5 kg here, but the number of spheres, it will get vary with different grades of the aggregate. For B it is 11, for C it is 8, and as we have discussed, for A it is 12. So like that, this number of spheres, it will get vary. And you can see here for first 4 grades, that is A, B, C, D, the total quantity of the aggregate, it will be around 5 kg. Okay, and for remaining 3 grades, that is E, F, G. So for this E, F, G, the total quantity of the aggregate, it is 10 kg. Okay, so similarly, the number of revolutions also, it will get vary with respect to the different grades of the aggregate. So for A, B, C, D, it is 500 number of revolutions, whereas for E, F, G, it is 1000 number of revolutions. And then okay, so coming to the procedure part. So based upon this grading of the grading table, we'll select any one grade, and then we'll consider which aggregates will we have to take. Okay, now we'll take the aggregates as per the grading table, and then that much quantity of the aggregates we are going to place in the iron rotating drum, and then along with that, the required number of iron balls as per the table. Okay, so we will rotate that one with respect to the machines, with the help of the machines. Okay, so we will provide the required number of revolutions. Okay, so if we have taken first A, B, C, D grade, then the total number of revolutions will be 500. Okay, so after providing the 500 number of revolutions, so at the rate of 30 to 33 revolutions per minute. Okay, and after completing the 500 number of revolutions, we need to remove out the aggregates, I mean the crust part of the aggregates, as well as the iron balls or iron spheres from the rotating drum, and we need to separate out the aggregates as well as the iron spheres. Now we need to consider the crust part of the aggregates, and we need to sieve that one. So how it will get crushed in the sense, so whatever the iron spheres we have placed there, so the iron space, I mean the iron spheres as well as the aggregates will collide with each other in that rotating drum. Since that the movement of the rotating drum, I mean the revolutions of the rotating drum, so the particles in between that rotating drum, it will get collide with each other. So because of that collision, the some aggregates may get hit with the iron spheres, and then it may get crushed off. Okay, so we need to find out how much percentage of the aggregates are to be crushed off. Okay, so and the total weight whatever we have considered from the table, so that one we have noted down as W1. Okay, and now the aggregates, what we will get separate from the rotating drum, aggregates as well as the sphere, so those aggregates we need to sieve that one from 1.7 mm ISC. Okay, so here some of the aggregates it will get passes, and some of the aggregates it will get retained. So usually the passing materials we will call it as the crust particles, and the retained particles it will be giving the exact amount of the aggregates which are retained. Okay, and here the aggregates which are retaining on 1.7 mm ISF, so that aggregates we are going to consider for the calculation, because as per the theory we will consider the passing materials itself. Since we can't collect all the 100% of the passing materials from this test, we will take the retaining particles and then we will calculate the passing particles. Because why we can't collect 100% of the passing particles means, some of the particles it may comes out in the form of dust, and some of the particles it may get attached on the surfacing of the iron rotating drum. Okay, so that time we can't collect all those particles whatever it has been attached to that rotating drum. So to avoid that, we'll take the passing materials weight, and then we'll calculate the, sorry, we'll take the retained particles and then we will calculate the passing materials weight. Okay, and then the final Los Angeles aberration value we are going to find out by using this formula, that is W1 minus W2 divided by W1 into 100. So here W1 is nothing but the aggregates what we have considered from the table, so that is W1, and the W2 is nothing but what, the aggregates which are retained from 1.7 mm ISC. Okay, and by using this we'll find out the Los Angeles aberration value, that is in terms of percentage. Okay, and the maximum allowable Los Angeles aberration value of the aggregates in the different types of the pavement layers as mentioned below. So here they have given certain recommendations by using this Los Angeles aberration value in the various types of the pavements. So if we are using in the water bound macadam sub basis, and the water bound macadam WMM, and in the CRM base courses, that Los Angeles aberration value maximum it should be around 40%. Okay, and these are the different types of the pavement layers, and if the pavement layer is with a dense grade bituminous macadam binder course or cement concrete pavement, that Los Angeles aberration maximum value it should be less than 35%. And similarly, if it is a bituminous carpet surface course 1 minute. Or bituminous surface dressing, single or double coating will be there, or in some cases the close graded bituminous surfacing or mixed seal surfacing. So in such type of the pavement layers, that loss and loss abrasion value, it should be less than 40%, and for bituminous concrete surfaces also it should be less than 30%. So like that they have given the recommendations for this Los Angeles abrasion test. So by conducting this Los Angeles abrasion test, we'll find out the percentage of wear in the aggregate part. Thank you.